superstar at Chaminade in Dayton. Duke out there in their home whites, Dayton in their visiting reds. I mentioned the Wright brothers over in Wilbur, as they have ties to both Dayton, Ohio and North Carolina for first in flight. So Dayton winning the opening tip.
Blue Devils come out in their pressure man-to-man year in and year out under Coach Lawson's tenure, one of the best defensive teams in the country.
Richardson trying to be disruptive on Robertson, and Dayton's got a 2-0 lead.
That's Ricky Harris, number 6, the graduate student from The Ohio State University, the team that Duke knocked out of the NCAA tournament last season. I'm sure she's coming in here with a little chip on her shoulder.
Yeah, the year before, she was on the right side of knocking off North Carolina, I think at the same time. Wasn't that a Sweet 16 win for Duke?
Dayton
over
with a
Ohio
little,
State, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Dayton with a little bit of a 2-3 zone. It'll be interesting to see how much zone they play versus man tonight. And, you know, sometimes early in a season, teams aren't as good against zone, so we'll see how the Blue Devils handle the zone.
Tamika Williams-Jeter in her 3rd season. Kara Lawson starting Jackson, Donovan, Thomas, Mayer, and Richardson, whereas Coach Williams-Jeter, as it's in and out for Duke, starting Dawkins, Smith, Harris, Wolf, and Stevens.
Ivy Wolf with the ball. We said she's their leading returning scorer. She's moved to the off guard this season. They brought in Nicole Stevens, the graduate transfer for Columbia, to play the point, and this will give Wolf an opportunity to shoot the ball a little more. She's a big-time sharpshooter for them.
Dayton has started their season with wins over Southeast Missouri State, 75-70, and then a 79-44 win over Delaware State. They play pretty much all of their non-conference schedule at home, except this trip to Durham. And
you see that great rebound there by Ariana Smith, the senior, the transfer from Indiana State. A couple years ago, she led the Atlantic 10 in offensive rebounding, rebounds per game, and total rebounds, and she's going to be a focal point of the Duke defense. They're going to have to put a body on her and keep her off the offensive glass as Harris launches a 3 and nails it.
Grad student from Indy, North Central High School, and the Buckeye transfer, and it's 5-0. Dayton on top, 698th consecutive game with a 3-pointer, 4th longest streak in D1.
And the streak continues.
Of course, just a few years ago, Dayton was really, really good, and then their head coach went to Illinois. 6 players graduated. She took 2 of the stars, and that's part of the reason they went to the portal. But you can tell Tamika Williams-Jeter starting to ease into it. Duke now still looking for their first point. Donovan is fouled.
And both these teams like to run. They want to get out in transition, and you see Dayton getting the ball down the floor, getting a good look at the basket. Is not able to hit it. Duke turns around and runs right back at you. So transition defense is going to be a big key to this game, getting back, matching up with 3-point shooters, and stopping the ball. Dayton continues in that 2-3 zone.
Thomas in and out. So right now it's Harris 5, everybody else 0. And Harris plays for Dayton.
Battle down low in the post with Ariana Smith and Jordan Wood.
Ivy Wolf with the handoff. Mayer defensively, good hands. Shot clock at 5. 4 shot. Oh! And nothing but money from Ivy Wolf. Kind of leaned into it, Debbie.
He said she is their leading returner from last season. We know she can shoot it. Duke's going to need to know where she is all night long. She had 22 points in their last game, shot 4 of 6 from long range. She is a great long-range shooter. The zone giving Duke a little bit of problems right now.
Yeah, Debbie, we can't forget Davidson from the A-10 came in here last year, looked pretty good. Richardson at the shot clock, and they'll reset it at 20.
A-10's a solid league with really good coaches. typically send multiple teams to the NCAA tournament, and there it is. Ashlyn Jackson firing from long range, gets Duke on the board. That lets Duke set up their press, and Duke is going to press full court until you give them a reason not to.
Jackson coming off a pretty good game in the loss to Maryland. She is now coming into this game tied with Fournier with 12.7 points per game. They have 3 players in double figures, and in Donovan, a player that's just under 10. Donovan with the rebound. Donovan with the outlet, and picked off by Dayton.
Dayton Flyers able to continue that streak, 4th best in Division I, and there she is, Ivy Wolf, the senior, knocking down the tray.
So just so people know, wearing the number 2 jersey is Olivia Leong, the Canadian. Normally wears number 7, but wearing number 2 tonight. Turned over, Mayer just gives it right back as it just lost the handle.
A little sloppy right now, but what you see is 2 pretty solid defensive teams getting deflections and steals, and one of the big keys tonight is really going to be able to take care of the ball and execute your offense with precision, as we see Vanessa De Jesus enter the game for Duke. In her 5th year, the only player on the Blue Devil roster has been with Coach Lawson for her entire tenure here. De Jesus just brings a high basketball IQ, a really steady presence. She knows her role and she sticks to it, and Duke's able to switch on the perimeter. They have so much length, they can often switch 1 through 5, at least 1 through 4.
So Wood into the game with Fournier. Wood, seems like every time we see Wood, she's looking pretty good.
Jordan Wood, a sophomore who played less than 5 minutes a game last season, has started this season with a bang. She's put in a lot of work in the offseason, and it's really paying off for Duke. And as Duke graduated 6'6" and 6'3", she's filling the void in the post with her 6'3" frame, knocking down the shot.
Sophomore out of Chicago, Jordan Wood. Out there with De Jesus, Richardson, Fournier, and Jackson. Jackson got a 3 earlier, and she'll finish at the bucket. And now Duke trails by just 1.
And that is not a recipe for success for Dayton. You cannot have turnovers in the open court like that, and Duke is going to get in the passing lanes, and you are going to have to figure out ways to make entry passes. Ball screens, dribble pushes, high post feeds. Is another offensive rebound for the Flyers.
Ricky Harris short on the 3, but her team bailing her out with the rebound. There's Fournier with the pick. Now Fournier behind the back. Look at that handle. Remember, she can dunk too, and what a finish.
The freshman in the crowd loves it. She's just getting better every game. Dean, her first game, she had 5 fouls in 10 minutes, so didn't get to see a lot of action, but she had a great game in that recent loss to Maryland, really starting to turn it on. 15 points, 9 rebounds, and she goes coast to coast.
First lead of the game for the Duke Blue Devils. Nice job making a contested challenge shot there for Nicole Stevens.
You know, she's the transfer from Columbia, and she's running the point for Dayton this year. She's a nice addition to this roster. She's from Pinkerton, Ohio, close to Dayton, so she's gotten to come home and play her final season of basketball. I actually think she has 1 more because of the COVID year.
Yeah, she does. Good catch. Fournier, everybody knows she can dunk, but she also can handle the rock. She's got the steal and a little bit whoop behind the back, charging, and a finish at the bucket. Devil says not your Dayton, but Dayton saying not so fast. It's 10-9 here with 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
You know, and if you're Coach Williams-Jeter, you want to come in here and you want to get off to a good start, and that's exactly what the Flyers have done. They've come in and they've played with poise. They've knocked down early shots. They're playing well defensively, and good job for Dayton out of the gate.
Dayton shooting 4 for 9. Duke shooting 4 for 10. From long distance, the Flyers 2 for 4. Duke 1 for 3. Akanawa, the 6th woman of the year last year. Fournier, again, strong. That is how you go to the basket. And the rookie right there, Fournier, always goes hard to the basket, Miss Taylor.
She did a great job getting great position in the paint against fellow freshman Molly O'Riordan.
Back of the rim, Akanawa plays like a giant. Tipped away, turned over. Picked back up. That's Fournier with another steal. And Fournier, unlucky, just complimented how strong she goes to the hoop. Missed a bunny right there and a travel. One too many steps coming from Lear.
Duke missed some easy layups in that Maryland game. I know they want to clean that up today, but you look what great position Toby Fournier gets. Arno Reardon is able to make that easy bucket over her left shoulder. She's just an amazing blend of size, explosiveness, versatility, athleticism, really on both sides of the ball. Let's see if the Blue Devils are able to crack this zone.
Richardson. Shot was off, but it'll go off the fingers there of Ivy Wolf and stay with Duke.
Great hustle by Wolf to try to keep that ball alive.
Cable gonna come in for Richardson, so that'll mean Cable, Wood, Fournier, DeJesus, and Akanawa. As doesn't matter who starts the game, Duke's gonna go 10, 11 deep, and they're gonna do it with a purpose. Look at that pass to Wood. You talked about the vision of DeJesus, spot on pass.
That's what Vanessa DeJesus brings. She found Wood in the back of the zone. When you can sneak behind the zone and Jordan Wood continues to score and be in the right place at the right time.
Wood sliding her feet, gets the block. Fournier cleans it up. DeJesus didn't have a whole lot of room. Deals with the contact and gets it up past half court. Wood. I remember at an early age, one of my favorite coaches telling me what confidence can do for your game, and Wood is just oozing confidence. DeJesus as well, but you can tell Wood's feeling it, Debbie.
She really is. She's playing so well, and DeJesus as well. She's coming in right now and just giving good minutes, and that speaks to the depth of Duke. Having DeJesus back, able to play after sitting out last year with that injury is the big blessing to Duke. They're 10 deep. Anyone can start. Another travel. Turnover, Dayton. You get back behind the defense, and Jordan Wood is able to sneak in back there. Nobody matching up with her, and she gets the easy high percentage shot.
There is the aforementioned Wood with DeJesus, both of them bringing the ball up the court. See the run for Duke, 6-0 in the last 153. Fournier trying to post up. Akanawa. She has one little flaw in her game. It is that she does have a tendency to dribble into trouble, and she did it just there.
Oh, we're seeing a lot of turnovers, but then Duke turns it right, but gets it back, turns Dayton over. Back and forth here. Duke's got to do a better job taking care of the ball. Dayton right now switching to man-to-man, and I think we're going to see a little bit of this switching defense tonight. Kanawa launches a long-range shot, but it's Cable with the offensive rebound of Fournier, and she gets another two.
Big time pass, and Fournier just always finds herself in a good spot too. It was 5-0, and that's going to be a travel, another turnover, as all of a sudden turnovers becoming a problem now, as Dayton has 9.
That's Madal, the sophomore transfer from Minnesota. She's from Canada, from Saskatchewan. I love to say Saskatchewan. Gives them some nice size, but you see she can play multiple positions as well. She's got great quickness on the perimeters. DeJesus launches it at the buzzer.
So just missing, but a nice response. Duke has a +10 turnover margin ratio, and right now it's 9 turnovers for Dayton, just 4 for Duke. So not quite a +10, but working on it. On pace for a +20. Lear, who had a broken nose, has got the mask on and gets the bucket.
Lear did a nice job. Good patience on offense, getting into the paint for the easy layup. Well, I wouldn't call it easy. He had to work a little bit for it, but.
So an elbow in the previous game, but their SID did tell me that she has had some issues with her nose, including it being broken.
Those face masks are never fun to play with. They really, they just inhibit your vision a tiny bit. And here we go against the 2-3 zone, and Jordan Wood finds the sweet spot against the zone. It's right at that ACC, and she is able to catch, pivot, shot fake. And look at that footwork and that move by the sophomore.
How about the finish, too? For me, that shot is tough. Right in front of the free throw line, it's just kind of a tweener. She made it look automatic.
Love how Fournier runs the floor. De Jesus to the rim, and she draws the foul. And watch Jordan Wood with this flash cut from the backside, and she gives a nice shot fake, jump stop, and hits the mid-range shot. Beautiful.
I mean, to be fair, she did everything but make her defender fall down. I mean, the defender was long gone after the pump fake, long gone.
She has made so much progress in the offseason. You know, in the summer between your freshman and sophomore year is a great time to get better. And, you know, it gives you, you've had your year to learn the system, learn the schemes, and she has really improved tremendously. And last season she played behind Kennedy Brown and Camilla Emsbo, and that's wonderful experience as well. She's making good use of her minutes early in the season.
Camilla Emsbo was in the house for that opening win over Radford.
Made basket, lets Duke get into their full court pressure. See how Dayton handles it.
They're having trouble even getting it in. A little bit of a collision over by their famous coach, who is extremely famous, but also extremely humble for somebody that has accomplished as much as she has in the game. 2 natties at UConn, great success at Minnesota, then WNBA, in and out. Wood gets a touch on it over to Cable.
It's a good box out by Wood.
De Jesus. Wood thought about stepping into a 3, but Fournier setting up. Fournier strong, too strong. She's got to take a little bit off. A lot of adrenaline in that young woman.
But I like how she's demanding the basketball. The freshman is getting some great position down low and demanding the basketball. And there's Ariana Smith, the senior, saying right back at you. A nice crafty move on the low block.
Tremendous move from Smith. Basically saying anything you can do, I can do better. Wood, are you kidding me? With the 3. Confidence, confidence, and more confidence, Debbie.
If you let me play, I'll show you what I can do. And she's getting her minutes, and she's showing her versatility.
The lead is 10 now for the home team.
Emma Cable's going to get called for the off-ball foul there.
So we have talked about Tamika Williams-Jeter. Look at those numbers, and look at her first game as a player against the Duke Blue Devils. Look at that efficiency.
Life comes full circle, right? But you see 2 national championships at UConn. But my favorite thing is the statistic that she is still the NCAA Division I record holder in field goal percentage. Over 70% she shot from the floor for her career. That is insane.
It's amazing.
Talk about efficiency.
.730 left in the second. A little bit of contact there from Cable. Cable then deflects it over to De Jesus. Good defense from Cable. Jackson, a little bit long. So now Dayton can push it. Man to man for the Duke Blue Devils.
Well, horn set trying to slip. Blue Devils switching on the perimeter. A little mishap there, which gives Ivy Wolf some room, but she's not even close on that. Followed up with the step through by Wheeler. She doesn't able to convert it.
Iron unkind, but I thought Donovan was going to track that down, but kind of gave up on it, so Dayton will have it back.
Dayton is a really good rebounding team, as we've already mentioned, and they're going to need to pull a couple offensive boards and get some high percentage shots because they're having a really tough time playing against this very stingy Duke half-court defense. And they got a turnover right there, and Duke leads the ACC in steals per game over 17, and they force over 25 turnovers, Dean.
Let's get the elephant in the room cleared out, and that is a loss against Maryland, another top 20 team. What was your takeaway from the loss to Maryland?
Well, I love that Coach Lawson played Maryland early in the season because she still has a young team, a lot of sophomores, very talented freshmen. This cable doesn't even hit the rim. A tough environment always to play in at Maryland, and these are the type of games she wants to play to prepare her team for the very difficult ACC and postseason play. So, but there was a lot of things I think Duke didn't do well. They didn't make layups. They didn't make free throws. Defensively, I don't think she was pleased with their assignments, and you know, they kind of ran out of gas towards the end, and they played a team that played a very similar style: transition, tough defense, good rebounders, and they got out rebounded by 5. So a lot of things to learn from that game, but just another step in the process.
Well, you see the notable non-conference schedule. What a amazing breakdown from Debbie Taylor on that game. Spot on. DeJesus with the rebound. Up and in.
Jesus has really been a bright spot in the second quarter. You know, Coach Lawson is not afraid to play big games and play like they're going to South Dakota State this week. It's a mid-major team that's really, really good at home, and she's not afraid to play those games, and I like that. And she wants to prepare her team for difficult situations.
Cable steps out defensively, does enough. Donovan off the tip, rebound by Dayton. Cable was trying to get a tie-up, but instead is whistled for the foul after a pretty good defensive effort right before that. With the foul, though, she'll come out. That's kind of standard fare for Kara Lawson. You get 1 or 2 fouls in the first half, you're coming out right when it happens.
When you get 2, there's no sense to play you in the cab. You have the kind of depth that Duke has. You've got somebody who can come behind and save yourself for the second half when they need you most. But, you know, Dayton's been able to get to the rim. They just haven't been able to convert. And these aren't easy layups. Duke's doing a good job making them difficult. But Dayton's got to knock down those shots if they want to stay in this game.
Flyers shooting 32% with about 5.5 minutes remaining here in the first half at Cameron Indoor. Richardson sliding her feet. Fournier. A deep 3 at the shot clock. It looked like Jackson was fouled there, and somehow they're going to say off of Jackson. And Kara Lawson not too happy.
That was a nice drive and kick by Shannon Wheeler, the senior from Detroit, creating a wide open 3. And Coach Lawson talked again about Maryland as well. We gave them too many open threes and layups. Focal point today for the defense.
Fournier comes out. Another rebound. Offensive rebounds for the Flyers. And they're capitalized off the offensive rebound as Ivy Wolf gets 2.
Ivy Wolf finally able to capitalize off of one of those offensive rebounds. And Toby Fournier is the player that's not switching right now, and they're trying to put her into some ball screen action. Try to capitalize on that.
So they've had a lot of offensive rebounds, but that's the first time they've actually scored off of one. As Ivy Wolf now with 5. 4:49 remaining in the first half. Duke leads it by 10.
is the sophomore Jordan Wood, who's leading all scorers with 9 points on 4 of 5 shooting. She gets it done in the paint with the turnaround jumper. She makes the easy layup. She catches it, shot fakes, hits the mid-range jump shot, and then she steps out from behind the arc and knocks down the 3 using all the tools in her tool belt and making the most of her minutes this season. Averaged less than 5 minutes a game last year, and she has stepped into her sophomore year, and she's getting it done.
Listed at 6'4", and kind of looks like she may still grow. Just kind of has that body, long and lanky. That's a good turn.
Tiana Mayer out now, replacing DeJesus, running the point.
Jackson down to Donovan. Fournier at the foul line. Bank is open, and it's in.
Fournier with a little versatility of her own. We saw her go coast to coast with a behind-the-back dribble. See the range she's got in her game. Every game and every minute she's out there, she just continues to improve her already pretty sophisticated skill set.
She is going to be a great player here at Duke.
Horn set for Dayton, well defended. Reigan Richardson's not having any of that. You just look how Duke just hawks the basketball and makes every shot contested and difficult, and that rebound starts the break, and it's Jaden Donovan.
She contested the shot, and she'll finish on the other end.
Tiana Mayer does a great job getting the ball off the rim and leading her with that pass down the court to create that easy transition bucket.
The lead is 14, 3:30 remaining in the first half. It was 5-0 Duke, 8-2 or 5-0 Dayton. They also led 8-2. Here's Donovan. Jackson going strong, a little bit too far away from the rim. Perhaps a little bit of a reckless shot. Kara Lawson didn't like it, so Okanawa is going to come in. Rebound to Donovan.
And you can see like nothing is easy for Dayton. Duke's just making every shot they take difficult. And Dayton now looking a little bit tired, starting to make some not so great decisions. You don't see the energy they started the game with on the defensive end. Duke has a way to do that to you. They wear you down with their transition break as Donovan launches another. She hasn't been the most efficient in her shooting so far this season. She's getting good looks, and there's Dayton in transition, and they can't convert that. But who else with the rebound but Jaden Donovan?
Fournier.
It's a good decision to bring it out. T. Mayer set the offense up.
Fournier with the screen, gets it back, contested. Good defense on the rookie. It looked like Fournier had a couple words there with the veteran Smith. I think they're still yapping at each other. Good hands, and Fournier is fouled. She doesn't exactly lack in confidence either, Fournier.
No, she's getting more and more with every game. But Dayton right now with 11 turnovers. They've got to do a better job taking care of the ball, and they're shooting 26%. They've missed some close range shots, but for the most part, they've been forced into some pretty difficult shots by the Duke defense.
So Fournier will sit down with 8 points on 4 of 7 shooting. Thomas, who started the game, back in. Mayer cut off on the baseline, makes a good pass. Around the rim and in is Richardson.
There's Reigan Richardson. You can't keep her down for too long. She just does so much on both sides of the ball. Dayton, though, is doing a nice job getting into the paint. If there is one positive in this quarter, they've been able to get to the rim several times. Another turnover by Duke by T. Mayer. We got a 2-on-1 here. Let's see if Dayton can convert, and there they go.
Good job by Dayton to turn a turnover into a couple points. Kara Lawson using it as a teaching moment. You don't see it on her screen, but she is talking to the players on the bench. That's Thomas, misses a bunny. Second is fouled. She'll go and shoot 2.
And the Blue Devils sloppy with the pass there by T. Mayer. And that leads into this 2-on-1. And Medal finishes the easy layup at the rim. And Dayton desperately needed that basket, but then they come down the other end. Delaney Thomas missing the easy shot, but gets her own rebound, and she's at the free throw line.
The first bucket off a turnover for Dayton. So they've been getting some offensive rebounds, been getting some turnovers, but only a few points to show off of it. 2 off offensive rebounds and 2 off a turnover. Comes a push from the Flyers. They do like to run, and it results in a easier bucket there for Lear.
Nice transition. Lear, the backup point guard, but in return, it is a Luce Akanawa. We know how fast she can get down the floor, but I know Coach Lawson isn't going to be happy about those transition buckets by Dayton.
The lead is 15. Dayton scored 10 in the first and 10 in the second, make it 13. As stepping up for the 3 right there is Medal.
Medal showing a little versatility of her own. 8 seconds on the clock. See if Duke can finish with a bucket here.
Jack Medal with that 2. Akanawa strong and in, and that'll count. 37-23.
Great take by the sophomore, Alucci. Talk about her, the sophomore. 9 points. Look at that efficiency shooting. Dayton 11 turnovers to own Duke only 5. And let's see what Duke does here coming out of the timeout. Getting Ashlyn Jackson a nice jumper from the elbow. That's great execution out of the timeout.
Jackson's got 7. Good way to start the second half for Duke. 39-23. Help defense foul call, I think, on the second helper, Richardson. Or did they get Thomas? Yeah, they got Richardson.
Ricky Harris, transfer from Ohio State, putting on the floor, attacking the rim. Again, nothing's easy for Dayton. That time, though, she's able to draw a foul.
It's interesting as you see the head coach looking on. Ohio State transferred to Dayton. Over the years, Dayton has had a lot of players in different sports transfer to Ohio State.
That's the first 2 free throws of the game for Dayton, and I'm sure that was addressed at the half. And Coach Williams-Jeter, I'm sure, saying attack the basket. The turnover right there by Duke, by Reigan Richardson. Here comes Dayton in transition.
Yeah, Coach Tamika Williams-Jeter, one of her 3 keys was winning the free throw battle. And then she also talked about rebounding. Rebound right there for Dayton. They had several offensive rebounds. They weren't converting. They don't convert theirs. That one misses everything.
Great extra effort, though, by Dayton. That's what they're going to need to continue to do if they want to get back in this game, create second chance opportunities. Beautiful screen and roll, and another missed layup.
Donovan, you could give her that shot 100 times, and she's going to make 98 of them, I think. Back court. Good cut. Look at Dayton with the extra effort, and that leads to a bucket for the Flyers.
I like the energy Dayton's come out with in the second half. Forcing some turnovers, getting some extra shots. Ashlyn Jackson's having none of that. You cannot leave her open. You have to have a hand in her face. She's such a good 3-point shooter. Shot 36% from behind the arc last year. She knocked down 55 threes.
She's got 10 coming off a pretty good scoring game against Maryland for Jackson. Mayer, defensive pressure on Stevens. Rebound Jackson, and Jackson can go with it. Pretty much everybody on the Duke team can go with it. Jackson dropped back down to Thomas. Thomas misses the first time, blocked the second time. And Coach Lawson is going crazy with these missed bunnies.
It was a big issue in the Maryland game, and Duke only lost the Maryland game by 5 points and did not shoot well from the free throw line and missed multiple easy layups.
Richardson has that one locked and tied up. It'll change possessions on the jump ball.
Nice job by Nicole Stevens, the Columbia transfer, to shut that play down and get the ball back for her team, and that lets the Blue Devils get into their full court pressure.
Jackson, who had 22 at Liberty and 11 against Maryland. Richardson and Fournier double team as the ball gets across half court, driving to the basket, missing, rebound Fournier.
Nice job by Dayton breaking the press. They've done a good job handling the full court pressure tonight. Wolf's going to get called for a foul there. Vanessa de Jesus to inbound.
Finds Donovan. Fournier trying to get big down low. He's got to get out of the lane, and she does.
I love that inbounds play where Fournier does a little duck-in move, and there's Reigan Richardson catching on the wing and taking it to the rack and finishing with the foul. Uses that screen, goes under the screen, gives her a little room, and she kisses it high off the glass and knocks it down. She's got such a quick first step. The help comes over too late. Reigan gets it done, and she's on the line for the three-point play. Blue Devils
Tamika,
3 for 5 from the free throw line. This is not a lot of free throws in this game. Sorry, Dean.
It's all right. Tamika Williams-Jeter telling us that her keys were assisted turnovers, the engagement zone, which is rebounds. I liked how she used that term, the engagement zone, and then, as you've already talked about, free throw attempts.
7 combined attempted free throws between both teams. Dayton looks like they're back in the zone that they started in.
De Jesus kept it alive. Now she's going to drive using the rim underneath, and what a finish from De Jesus. She's got 8 points.
Wow, Vanessa de Jesus has really played strong in this game. As we said, she sat out all last season and played a few minutes in the first couple games, but really having a night.
47-26 Duke. De Jesus thought that was clean.
Vanessa de Jesus, the graduate student, gets the catch and rip, and she finishes the reverse layup off the glass. Her 8th point of the game.
Grad student from Valencia, California, Sierra Canyon High School.
And Tiana Mara had to handle point guard responsibilities last year pretty much on her own without Vanessa de Jesus. And she did a great job of it, but it's got to feel good to the coaching staff to have multiple options to bring the ball up the floor and run the offense, as we get a good look at T. Mara right there on the bench.
Kanawa, so quick with her feet and her hands. Her hand got a piece of it.
I love how Dayton rebounds the ball, though.
Kanawa, one speed, fast. Wood, left hand, Wood with 11.
And that is the prettiest possession of the game, as you see that big smile by Wood. Beautiful team basketball. Duke's assisting on 55% of their made shots this season, over 16 assists per game. That was a perfect example of how well they share the ball. Timeout, Coach Williams-Jeter.
So a timeout as Duke looking really good, 49-26.
off-ball movement, and you'll watch Reigan Richardson here and the path she takes to continue this play as Duke lets everybody involved in this set. And Richardson goes from right side to left side to catch the one more pass, uses the ball screen, hits the roller. Jordan Wood knocks it down. That's the play of the game so far, Dean.
Beautiful play, really well executed. I think the telestrators should win an Emmy. Fournier will go to the line and shoot two. Fournier, you know, we talk about Akanawa's quick hands, Donovan's quick hands. Fournier's ripping steals and driving to the basket. She'll go to the line after another steal.
She's just beginning to show you a little bit of her skill set. But, you know, you look at her when she plays on ball in the press, and it's 6'2", and the wingspan she has, she's really difficult to pass over. And that time she comes up with the steal and got herself to the free throw line.
3 steals for Fournier to lead all Duke Blue Devils, and she's got 9 points.
You know, and she's just a great combination of skill, a high level of competitiveness, great athleticism, and a high basketball IQ, and it's everything you could want in a freshman on this Duke team.
She took that second one like Chad Lampman and myself early this afternoon. Actually, I was falling short. I think that was more like a Chad Lampman shot. Will Black showed us all up, by the way. Can you believe that?
You're just lucky I wasn't here.
I think you're right. I'll take one more break here in the third quarter. 50-26 Duke.
Dino, didn't you used to do that, like, hey, Mr. DJ, when you were younger?
I still do
Spin
it.
a few records?
Yeah, I still do.
This is the new guy in Cameron Indoor this year. Every women's game have a DJ present. We've moved the band over into section 17, and DJs, so you can submit songs Song requests during the game, becoming a totally interactive fan experience.
That is awesome. I just learned that it had to be songs in the past 20, so I might be out of business.
You can't go wrong with YMCA, Dean.
Wood looking down to Fournier.
Fournier
Kanawa.
and Reardon are battling down there, freshman on freshman, huh?
Oh, yeah. DeJesus. I don't think Fournier cares what year they are, though. Fournier underneath and in.
She worked hard for that one. 11 points. She and Jordan Wood lead all scorers.
Both with 11. Jackson also in double figures. DeJesus needs one more bucket to hit double figures. That's a nice clean three from deep right there, coming from Madal.
It's her second of the game. Madal's got a great shooting stroke from behind the arc.
DeJesus is out there. Fournier with the highest screen. Kanawa for three. Rebound Flyers. And they're going to push it. That is part of their MO, just like Duke. And they'll hit another three. Back-to-back threes from Dayton.
Nice transition. Nice extra pass by Madal to Ivy Wolf.
Cut the lead to 20. A 6-0 run in the last 33. Answered, though, by Richardson in the corner.
Duke with a baseline drive. Richardson fades to the corner, and she catches and shoots and knocks it down. Reigan Richardson with 9 points on the evening.
Debbie, great pass from Kanawa. She was cut off, kept her head up, and found the open player.
She did a great job just getting a step on the baseline as we see Madal putting it on the floor, and she's starting to come to life right now. Right here you see Madal, and she's going to move too on the right corner on this play. She's going to get over there ready for the pass. She gets her feet set and she knocks it down. And then Ivy Wolf follows that up with another three. Then Reigan Richardson knocks down a three of her own as we go back and forth.
Solid work, Debbie. No Emmy, though, for that last.
Not that one,
right
not that time. Next time, next time.
As if anyone cares what I think, by the way. Step back shot from Wolf. Too hard. Fournier times it perfectly.
Wow,
Yeah,
great
she gets
rebound.
Out, yeah. Out of bounds. It'll stay with Duke. Great rebound.
You know, Dayton's down 23, but they have not stopped hustling. Boy, they're very much still working hard in this game. As we see Ricky Harris come in and give Madal a break, the sophomore, 6'3" sophomore from Saskatchewan, who's done a great job out there for her team. She's got 8 points. Knocking down that last three.
You're not surprised, though, when you're coached by Tamika Williams-Jeter. You know your team's going to work hard no matter the score, right?
Well, she played for Gino. I don't think she knows any other way.
She said she talked to him today, or at least texted with him.
He's got a lot of former players coaching.
Mayer. Fournier, so strong.
Wow.
Fournier with 13.
Fournier just working hard on the offensive glass. She comes crashing in, able to finish that layup. How she progresses and what she contributes is just going to be so key to, I think, Duke's success this season. And we're starting to heat up from behind long range. The Blue Devils, Alucia Kanawa gets herself a triple.
And Duke now at 60. Fournier, first game against Radford had 10, then 13 against Liberty, then 15 against Maryland. And Fournier sitting on 13 now as she's still out there for Kara Lawson. Cable slides her feet, but still can't deny. Lear uses the glass nicely.
Nice take by Lear. And, you know, Fournier, we knew she came in as a pretty heralded recruit, top 10, number 10 by ESPN. She's on the ACC newcomer watch list, and it's just really how quickly she progresses. You can see how highly skilled she is, and we've watched her progress from game 1 to game 4. 5 fouls in her first game. She played 10 minutes. She corrected that mighty quick.
Yes, she did. Pressure picked up by Cable.
Cable goes over and back. Ivy Wolf getting up a little bit slow. Dayton retains possession.
Ivy Wolf to inbounds. Out there with Stevens, Harris, Smith. Konawa's quick hands, and she is fouled.
Dayton trying to run the screen and roll, but the Duke defense just saw that one coming, and Konawa, you cannot throw that ball anywhere near her in a loopy fashion like that. She's always ready to deflect or steal, always brings the energy and gives you everything she's got. And you watch Lucia Konawa, she comes over from help, she gets a hand on the ball, she knocks it down and gets her team the possession.
Mayer deals with the trap. Fournier will go to the line to shoot 2.
Nice pass by T. Mayer and a nice job by Fournier to slip into the middle of that, what looked like a zone again, Dean.
I go back to that last defensive play from Konawa. I mean, I said in the Radford game she has the fastest hands in the world, and I think she might.
She just has incredible anticipation and the quickness to go along with it, and the length. And Duke's guards are really long. Konawa is 5'10", Jaden Donovan is 6 feet tall. Reigan Richardson's 5'11".
Look at Fournier, the tip of that press after a made free throw. It does provide an open player, but missed there. Konawa had it for a moment. Donovan lost it, now tries to get it back, and now they'll tie it up, and it'll come back to Duke.
Love the hustle. Ariana Smith talked about what a great rebounder she is. She's a senior, she's a team leader. She was 8th in the country last year in offensive rebounding. 2nd in the Atlantic 10 in double-double. She had 11 last season. Dayton Flyers still fighting, getting on the floor.
It's Olivia Leung back out there. Normally wears 7, wearing 2, the freshman from Canada. Cable was planning on getting that back to Mayer, but Mayer had slipped. And now another tie-up. It's going to come right back to Dayton.
And that's just a lazy pass by Cable. I know Coach Lawson's not going to be happy about that. I like the pressure defense by Dayton, though.
(62-34). 30 seconds remaining in the third. Picked off.
Just deflection after deflection after deflection, almost the steal.
Short three-point attempt with the shot clock expiring, and a smart timeout from Tamika Williams-Jeter. Otherwise, it was going back to Duke.
This is a great teaching moment early in the season with 11 seconds left on the clock. She calls the timeout and will give her team an opportunity to work on an ATO and draw something up on the board and see if they can get it to work. All these time score opportunities are invaluable right now.
It's hard to believe that Dayton had cut the lead to 20 because Duke has scored 25 in this quarter. They had 17 in the first, 20 in the second, 25 with 11 seconds remaining here in the third.
Blue Devils shooting 49% from the floor right now. So many, they just have so many offensive weapons. They share the ball so well, and just so many capable scorers. Right now, Fournier with 15, Wood with 11, Jackson with 10, Richardson with 9.
Somehow kept alive. Wide open player underneath, but why pass it when you can make a three, and Ivy Wolf does. So a three, and
but all in all, multiple scores for Duke, 3 double-digit scores right now.
they'll start the fourth with Mayer, Donovan, Thomas, Cable, and Akanawa. Akanawa to Cable. Cable and Mayer and Thomas all looking for their first points. Donovan, tough shot. Rebound by Thomas. Thomas turns it over. Donovan and Akanawa. And it's won back, though, by Dayton and Ivy Wolf, who hit the three right at the end of the third. Elena rebounded by Akanawa. Taken right back by Wolf. Wolf, good effort, and at the basket. Wolf with a great effort to find Lear.
Ivy Wolf is Dayton's leading scorer, but if really love her effort on the defensive end. She's coming up with some loose ball. She plays great on-ball defense as we see the switch by Dayton. Great hustle back on the switch, and another turnover by the Blue Devils.
Yeah, Ricky Harris got a hand on that ball as Thomas saw a wide open player under the basket, but quick hands from Dayton. We're off to a decent start here to start the final quarter.
Ivy Wolf, a nice execution, nice patience by Dayton, and if you're a coach, Tamika Williams-Jeter, that's what you want to see. Your team in a tough environment in Cameron, hanging in there, continuing to execute, but there is the response by your girl, Emma Cable.
Cable guy. 65-42. Thomas thought she had good position, got into good position, and did enough to stop that attempt there. Then Donovan pushes it up. Donovan gets it back. Donovan almost looked like she was calling for a clear out. Cable again. Not there.
We've seen Cable string several together. We know when she gets hot, she can knock them down. That's the errant pass right there.
Doing the work defensively. Tied up.
It's Ivy Wolf. She runs the baseline. Does not take her very long to get that shot off, and she drains another three for the Flyers. She's a transfer dean from Miami of Ohio.
Yeah, that was a rival of my alma mater, Ohio U. At least they said it was. I never really got it.
Ricky Harris with the block there and the good sportsmanship will send Reigan Richardson to the line. Last season, Richardson shot 83% from the free throw line. That is a coach's dream. To have one of your best guards be such a good free throw shooter. And there we go with the announcer curse.
We'll use that jinx to recognize our crew: Chad Lampman, Will Black, Wesley Myers, Colleen Gunning, David Harding, Jamie Carr, Matt McCula, Anthony Henage. Camera operators: Christopher Dubois, Chris Metzloff, Ivan Pacheco, Ryan Givens, Sarah Ellis, and Robert Gray, alongside the talented Debbie Taylor. I'm Dean Linke, delighted to be with you here at Cameron Indoor. And Zachariah Smith, also part of our crew. Cable again doing the work defensively. That's how you play for Duke. It was Cable defensively, Akanawa with the rebound, and she's going to go back to the line. Akanawa, 4 rebounds.
She will give you everything she's got when she's out on that floor. It is a guarantee. And we have to remember that Lucia Kanawa, Jaden Donovan, Jordan Wood, and Delaney Thomas are just first semester sophomores. They have a long way to go, a lot of growth, and they're so talented, and they had such good freshman years. But as Coach Lawson said, when you're a freshman, we let things go sometimes. We're like, we compliment you, we say it's okay, but when you're a sophomore, you have a much bigger, higher expectation to get the job done. So there's more pressure on you.
Great pass from Makanawa to Thomas. So now it's only Mayer who needs to score. And somehow, some way, I feel like they know that. As Akanawa was open, but wanted to get Thomas on the board, and a turnover for Dayton. Wood going to get one more run from Kara Lawson, and she'll coming in for Cable.
See the quickness of Lucia Kanawa, and she's able to find Delaney Thomas for the easy layup. Beautiful pass, another assist for Duke. That's 15 on the day.
Mayer drops it to Wood. Now Kanawa, the stop and go. Richardson was camping over there. Kanawa. That's just a really good dribble there from Kanawa, and she's fouled again.
Wow, that was impressive work with the ball. Lucia Kanawa in a tight space. You watch this. Little shot fake, little jab step, and then the quick crossover back to the right, gets herself some space and draws the foul. Nice move.
AI style, right? We talked about her pound for pound being like the Allen Iverson of women's college basketball, and showing the AI crossover.
I mean, the ability to create her own shot, just to be able to add that to her skill set, makes her so dangerous. And she misses the free throw, but gets her own rebound. You gotta block her out. Molly O'Riordan with the steal.
Freshman from Barrington, Illinois. Molly O'Riordan. 70 for Duke, 42 for Dayton. Shot clock at 10. O'Riordan, Wood, and Wood is fouled by Maddow.
O'Riordan's got to be stronger with the ball. She's got a nice, strong build, but she's going to learn at this level. She's got to catch that ball and squeeze it and shin it and take care of it. The second time she's gotten her pocket picked in the high post.
Mayer. Kanawa quickly to the basket, up and in. Kanawa with 11.
And that 1-4 high set for Kanawa when she comes over the top is basically a foot race. And there's very few people who can stay with her, and she's able to catch that ball, turn the corner, and lay it in. It's a great play for Lucci.
5 players in double figures for Duke. Late whistle against Wood.
Madal, only a sophomore. She's brought a lot of nice things to the game tonight. She's bringing the ball up the floor sometimes. She's shooting threes, she's rebounding, she's posting up, and she just got herself to the free throw line. As we watch Kanawa come over the top, and she gets that step on Ivy Wolf, and she's able to finish, and she can get up so high. Knocks it off the glass for 2.
Madal has 4 siblings, majoring in kinesiology. Was her high school's female athlete of the year twice in Saskatchewan. Did I say it as good as you, Debbie?
I love this, Saskatchewan. How about Duke runs this handoff to the trail in transition, and Jordan Wood not able to convert that, but we've seen that a bunch of times this year. And when you get a full head of steam and you can grab that handoff in the trail, it's hard to stop, as we see Ivy Wolf still going strong.
Great pass from Kanawa to Richardson. Sometimes you don't need to dribble.
And Richardson gets right back on the ball into the press. Great transition, and that's the best transition when there are no dribbles. Great lead pass. The pass moves faster than the dribble, Dino.
Up by 30, Thomas with the steal. Thomas, she may take it all the way. That was her plan. It'll be knocked out of bounds and stay with Duke. 74-44. Perhaps no team in the country runs the court better than Duke, and Duke is running away with it, leading it by 30. Take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Dayton Flyers and Tamika Williams-Jeter.
Dayton's got a pretty tough road, being picked 11th in the Atlantic 10. The Atlantic 10, a strong conference. Good teams like Rhode Island. Tammy Reese, former Virginia standout, coaching at Rhode Island right now. St. Joe's is really good this year. And Coach Tamika Williams-Jeter trying to get her team back to the top. Richmond came to Cameron Indoor last year, and they ended up winning the Atlantic 10. Davidson came in and won here. They're picked 4th this year, and VCU is always solid. Atlantic 10 is a great conference.
Do you want to say hello to RJ, who's 9, and Josiah, who's 5, the two boys for head coach Tamika Williams-Jeter, who I'm sure are tuning in.
I don't see this Dayton team finishing 11th. I think they're going to get better and better. I think this group of transfers they've brought in are really going to help them. And I love the energy and the fight they play with.
Jesus not on the same page there with Mayer. Wood, Thomas, to Jesus, Mayer, and Akanawa. The 5 that are out there for Duke with a 32-point lead.
Blue Devils are widening the rebounding margin, which was fairly close at halftime. Right now, 44 rebounds for the Blue Devils, 26 for Dayton. 17 offensive rebounds for the Blue Devils.
Under 4 minutes remaining. Blocked there by the quick hands of Akanawa. Another good shot, though, and finish from Madal. You're right. She's had a nice game, and she's in double figures. Akanawa. To Jesus, back to Wood. Wood rolling. Wood doing everything right. Wood 6 for 8 from the floor. She's got 13.
Gets her defender on her back and does a nice post move.
Jordan Wood has tied her career high that she had against Radford to start the season. Next bucket for her will be a new career high. Akanawa. And DeJesus called for the foul. Take a look at the upcoming schedule for Kara Lawson's Duke Blue Devils.
It's a tough non-conference schedule as they'll go to South Dakota State. Difficult place to play. And then Belmont, year in and year out, a solid team. K-State, number 10 in Las Vegas. And then they will either face number 9 Oklahoma or DePaul. It doesn't get any easier for Duke, but for Coach Lawson, she wants to expose her team to hard environments. The goal is for her schedule to be challenging, to get her team better and ready to take on any opponent.
Batty Stone into the game. Akanawa gets it to Batty Stone. Extra pass to Wood. Wood was looking to set her new career high, but off from 3. Wood just put her hand up, and here comes a new career high for Wood as Wood's got 15. What a lesson to the youngsters out there. You always hear coaches say, keep your hands up, and you're almost like, why? And that's exactly, she just showed you why right there, Coach.
Without a doubt. Another lesson is, she didn't play a lot last year. She sat behind 2 upperclassmen, and a lot of players now, they don't get to play, they leave. And she stuck it out, and she's here at Duke, and look at what she's contributing to her team this season.
Thomas also didn't play a ton. She earns a charge.
Delaney Thomas got better and better as the season went on last year, and just a breakaway layup by Jordan Wood. It doesn't get any easier than that. And there's that flip pass or handoff in the trail again, which goes into another ball screen, well defended by Dayton. And a whistle blows. Isn't an off-ball foul by Jada Johnson, transfer from Boston College.
6 Duke players with 10+ points. And you never know when you come into each game, like, who's going to score 15 or who's going to get the steals or the rebounds. They all do it. They all do it, Debbie.
Well, it's great balance, and that's what you want to see, a team where it can be anyone on any given night. It makes you very hard to guard. This Duke team has so many great shooters. They can spread the floor. They have post players who run the floor well. But most of all, they have all players that can defend. Great size in the guard spot.
Free throw stat will be one that Kara Lawson will take a double take on. 9 for 17 from the stripe.
Duke struggled from the free throw line against Maryland as well. 14 for 28 at Maryland. So just continuing to be a theme for Duke that they're going to have to improve on.
Wood is in beast mode. 17. Might have to have some wood-fired pizza after this game, just in honor of number 13.
Or you may have to go to Hollywood.
That was a token laugh, Debbie.
Appreciate it.
Always for you. Mine wasn't funny either, so that's why you didn't laugh. 82-46. Alongside the great coach Debbie Taylor, Dean Linke, Great to be with you, Cameron Indoor, and the wonderful crew at Duke. So fun. They hurt my face a little bit. Like they make fun of me. They make me smile. That my innards hurt a little bit when I leave in a good way. Does that make sense?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. It's always a great time.
Let's take a look at the ACC preseason poll. Conference play will be here before you know it, Miss Taylor.
ACC tough as always, and number 7 Stanford just moved into the top 25. So there's six ACC teams that are ranked in the top 25. Notre Dame with return of Olivia Miles and Hannah Hidalgo side by side in the backcourt. That's quite a tandem. Coach Wes Moore is Wolfpack. Always fun to watch. It's going to be a great season. Another great season in the ACC.
Second free throw in for the Flyers, who will lose their first game of the season. They'll fall to 2-1. Duke will improve to 3-1. They only lost to a top 20 team in the Maryland Terrapins, longtime rival during their time in the ACC. Conwell has it blocked there by Madal. Madal going to play right to the final second.
Love that. Well, and you see Duke picked number 3 in the ACC preseason poll, but the number 11 ranking, it's the first time in 5 seasons that Duke has been ranked in the preseason poll, and it's their highest ranking since 2014-15 when they were picked 7th. So clearly everybody knows that Duke basketball, it's got a lot of talent and they're ready to play. Battistone to the free throw line, the Belgian.
Missed the first one. Missed them both.
The free throw woes continue for Duke. 9 for 19. 47% is not going to cut it.
Battistone couldn't make her free throws, but can get to the hoop and get 2. Good for her. So everybody but T. Mayer has scored for the Duke Blue Devils. Foul called on to Jesus. That's going to be foul number 4.
Dayton, only their 7th free throw of the evening, and that was a focal point, as you said, Dean, coming in for Coach Williams-Jeter.
Young.
For the 4th game in a row, the Blue Devils put up over 80 points. Really been impressive on the offensive end. But they have so many weapons and so many players able to score. And as you said, everyone tonight that got in the game scored other than T. Mayer. 6 players in double digits.
Led by Wood, 8 for 11. Wood just turned it over, and Kara Lawson wasn't happy about it. She's had the game of her life. And Duke will move to 3-1. Final score, Duke 84, Dayton 49.